Hi everyone, I'm back with the unicorn bag. So this is my one and only unicorn bag. I mean, I love all my bags, but this is, I think, is the unicorn. And I will never, never, ever sell this because this is too special. I mean, look at that juicy unicorn shiny color. So, quick introduction. This is the Chanel Classic Rectangular Mini Bag in the pearlescent color. I don't think there's a formal color name to it, but we call it the pearlescent. I think it was the 21 series, if I'm not wrong. This was the 21B from memory. And this was really, really, really hard to get at that point in time because it was sort of in COVID where bags are hard to get and there was not a lot getting delivered or sent to the boutiques in Australia, so it was really hard to get. But I'm so glad I have this in my collection and I'm going to show you more. So, just to start off with, edge stitching. This leather is carved leather, so it's not like the caviar ones that I showed you before, and not the lambskin, not as soft as lambskin like the one I showed you before, but it is carved, so it's slightly bit tougher than the lamb and not as durable as the caviar, so it doesn't have the embossing on it. So you can sort of, see that it's just leather pretty much. It is in light gold hardware, so just going through different lightings near and far. From afar, because it's light gold, it can come off as silver, but it is light gold hardware. And like the big classic flaps, it's got a back pocket that I never use. And with the chains, so this is just single, rather like compared to the classic flap where they have double. So what that means is it's just one chain and you can't make it into a shoulder bag. So this is literally just a solo chain. And the chain is also same color in the light gold hardware. And what that also means is if you are petite like me, I am 5'1", this chain is a bit too long for someone like me. It sits sort of just below my hip bone, which I think looks not as nice. I think it looks too long when I wear it. The mechanism here is the same turn knob. Sides look the same. And at the back, in the back pocket, not much room in there, and I would hate to scratch this bag, so I'm very careful with this bag, and I only wear it with very light colored clothes that I'm sure that it doesn't color transfer. Now, because it's calf skin, you can sort of see that's like the wrinkles of the leather, and it's normal to have wrinkles of the leather. It's just when the stitching is in, it pulls the leather. So it's not like it's defective or anything like that if you ever buy lamb skin or calf skin or goat skin. It's just the way it is. So when you buy caviar skin, you can't really see this because it's already embossed and strong and pattern in place. Whereas these ones just like natural leather. So you definitely would see wrinkles in the leather like your normal skin where you get wrinkles in the skin because of tethering and whatnot. This color is an absolute unicorn. Every angle I turn, it looks different. So if I put it far, it just looks like pearl. It can look white in some angles. It's got purple, it's got green, it's got purpley, green, grey, blue sort of shade, but I think it might be obvious here where there's a bit of purple in there. Can look a bit pinkish, like a pearl color, and like an iridescent color. And even just sort of like that, got a bit of a silver green going on there. And this side too. So it's a complete unicorn, and I name it unicorn because of how chameleon it is, that it changes color at different angles when you look at it. And that's the part I love the most. In this season, there was other bags that were in the same color, including the classic flap. But obviously, classic flap was really expensive. But also, I think when it was really big in size, the pearlescent doesn't look as nice anymore. It just doesn't look as cute anymore. But nonetheless, it was still a beautiful bag, but just not my taste in that sense. And just briefly as well, same with the straps. It also is pearlescent all the way through in light gold hardware. Now going on to show you the inside. So compared to the classic flap, there's no pockets here at all. It's just pure leather, and that's the place to put the knob. Also yellow gold. And inside, this is my organizer, white because I don't want color transfer. I don't know if organizer's color transfer, but white just in case. And the insides like that, you can see the wrinkles around the leather, which is fine. And big space, so you can put quite a lot in this bag, but essentially there is a pocket here and there is a zip pocket in here, and you can put quite a lot. And this one's older version, so no chip. I've got an authenticity card, and I think with this bag, from what I know, I haven't tried it, but I'll try it in another video, that the amount that you can put right in here is the same amount that you can put in a classic flap. But the price of this is much lower than a classic flap. So I think it's pretty much a couple thousand lower than a classic flap. So, you know, if you want to buy bang for your buck, well, it's not really bang for your buck, it's luxury, but bang for your buck for a Chanel bag, this size will fit the same size as a classic flap, and just it also looks like a classic flap. So if you want to buy something that's more, you know, quote and unquote affordable compared to a classic flap, a small mini rectangular would be your best option. So just open it up again. Now with the straps, you know, I was just saying that it's too long, and I did mention this before in the previous video, but just a quick update here again is that if the strap is too long and you're pretty petite, or you know, if you want to make this into a shoulder bag for your outfit for whatever reason, there is a way to this. So there is a chain that you can get from Chanel, which I'll show you another time. But if you can't get the chain shortener, which you normally could get from Chanel itself, but if you live far away from the boutique and you know you're not going to go anytime soon and you want to make this bag length work, and this tip works for any other bag as well that has a similar structure like this, the way is to, with not indenting your bag at the same time, not damaging it, and shortening the straps are, pull these two straps together like that to the length that you want it to be, however much you want. And I use the Chanel ribbon that comes with the packaging from the box that you get, that it's packaging your bag when you first buy it. So that's a, you know, the classic Chanel ribbon, and I just tie it here, tie a ribbon here, and then when I close it, it just shortens the length, so it becomes the right length for me. And in doing this, the ribbon from Chanel, it's very soft and it's white, so it wouldn't really indent on the leather or anything like that, and shouldn't cause any color transfer. But if you're worried, just get a white soft ribbon from anywhere and just tie a little knot here, and it works every time. So before I had the little chain shortener thing from Chanel, because I didn't know at that point, I just got that one and it worked really, really well. And I think I've tried that on a few different bags, and it definitely did work well on this, like this sort of chain structures to make the bag a bit shorter. And I think finally what I will mention is that these bags are very delicate in terms of color. They are at risk of color transfer for sure, so if you do mind about that, please be careful about that. And finally, I would say, if there's a chance that you see a bag like that and you've got the funds for it, definitely get it, because the mini rectangular, it's very, very functional and you can put quite a lot of stuff in it. And you know, it's just got a big space as well, so you can put your phone in it as well. Definitely can fit a big iPhone, and my phone is the S23 Ultra. It's the biggest of all, and it definitely can fit in there without any issues. And look, it will definitely close as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please support me by liking and subscribing to the channel and leaving a comment if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer all your comments. And I'll link you to this other video that I recently talked about comparing the 3 different classic flaps in the different seasons. If you're interested to watch, I'll link it in this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.